Hi everyone, I'm currently in Lithuania and I've been here for about a month, even more than a month. So I think that it's the high time to tell you about my EVS experience here because that's what I'm doing here, and that's what I will be doing here till summer. This video will be really chaotic because I didn't have any plan, and I just started filming because I had like a free time and I thought that it would be the greatest opportunity to show you the place where I work and to tell you about it. So I'm working in the youth center for 8 hours including lunch, and I'm staying here from 12 till 8, and I work on Saturdays, which sometimes sucks, but in general I don't mind. The youth center is kind of an open space for youngsters who are a bit lost in life, unmotivated. They don't know what to do. They don't want to study, to go to school. Like many of them just abandoned school and started working because they needed money. So these youngsters have kind of a hard life. Maybe they have some problems with their families, or they don't have family at all, because many of people who are coming here are from the orphanage that is nearby. Everyone who is between oh my god, this guy just washes hands in the okay. I just had to show you this. I don't know how will be this water on the ground, how it's called. I'll look it up later. So who can come to the center? People who are between 14 and 29 years old. If you're younger or older, you can't visit it. And most of the youngsters that actually come here are about my age. Some of them are 18, 20, 24. So for me it's easier to work with someone my age rather than with kids, for example, because what I didn't want from my EVS project is that I would work with kids. So I'm really happy that people who I work with, most of them don't like run around and scream and behave crazy. So yeah, that's a good part of this job. Now I'd like to show you the rooms we have, the spaces, and I will tell you a bit about each of them. This is our so-called creative room. There you can have a tea, board games. People just come here and chill, like hang out together, play cards, talk, whatever. And this is our working space. So the messiest table is mine, of course, and I have 2 more co-workers, and also one volunteer comes here every day. And this is the view from the windows. There are 2 churches and one Catholic, and another one, it's right there, it's Orthodox. So this is the orphanage I was talking about, and this is a kindergarten. This is the main room where, as usual, all people are hanging. They can play pool, table tennis, table football right there. This is a stage where like people can play PlayStation or sing karaoke, or just when there are some events, there are some performances on this stage. And these are the couches where like most of the people sit, which is obvious. This is our schedule, no idea how to pronounce this word. This is our photo and dance studio. So there are mirrors and like professional equipment for photos. This is G. Yesterday was a wrestling tournament or something, so people work out here. This is a green room where people like watch videos, films, play PlayStation, have meetings, and so on. Hello! So it's basically been a month since I filmed these videos that you just saw, and I know I'm really productive and edit videos as soon as I filmed them. Yeah. I just feel that it would be quite nice to talk about my tasks in the center in general and how I feel about working there. So like from 12 to 3 I just work with my computer because the center is closed, the answers are not there. So basically I just do some posts on Facebook, prepare for my English lessons. I have one student whom I teach English. Sometimes I also teach one guy to play the guitar, but it's not really often. So yeah, from 12 to 3 it's quite a boring time for me because as usual I do my tasks quickly and then I just like fool around and do nothing. And from 3 to 8 when the center is open and the answers are coming, my main responsibility is to communicate with them, to discuss their problems, to maybe help them out, just to listen to them and stuff like this. But basically I've been trying to discuss their problems during I think the first months that I was there, and then I just stopped because I already talked with like most of the youngsters that are coming there, and who were willing to tell about their problems. So now I just don't do it, and most of the times I just play some games with them, do some activities. I also help to organize some events, to monitor the situation in the spaces we have, like if everything's okay or if there are some conflicts or something, I don't know. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing there. Sometimes it's quite boring to be in the center, especially when not so many youngsters are coming there. But sometimes when we have many events during the week, it can be also funny and tiring and exciting. So I cannot say that I don't like this project or my experience here, but the one thing I know for sure is that I wouldn't like this to be like my future job, or I wouldn't like to work in the future in some youth organization or something like that. So I'm really glad that I have realized it while I'm here and while it's just a volunteer and not a real job. So yeah, I guess that's everything that I wanted to tell you. So one thing that you should be aware of when coming here to EVS to work with youth is that you might feel bored at some point, you might feel useless. Also, you have to show initiative to bring up your activities, your ideas. I'm not this kind of person who really shows initiative in the center. Just, I don't know, it's hard for me, and maybe if I was a bit more creative, I would have a better time there. But in general, you might enjoy it, and the work is not the main, I think it's not the main part of the EVS project. The main part is the volunteers community, the friends you meet here, and basically the life you have aside of a job. So yeah, and I was in Oslo last week and I filmed some videos there. I really hope that I will edit them soon. So stay tuned and see you in the next video, hopefully.